And it says we are live. Good morning, Shell.
Good morning, Peg.
Hey, we have people. Hello, Laura. Hi, Carla.
Thanks
It's
for
another
joining.
play day.
Yep.
Looks
I mean,
like
they're all play days, aren't they?
better start my camera here.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, they are all play days, aren't they? I like being able to just stretch and do something to take your mind off other things. So,
Excuse me.
so
Whoa.
today, Shell and I kind of decided to go ahead and, hey, Cindy and Cindy, we got Cindy and Cindy. Decided to go ahead and do the pick-a-stick since I was doing all these journal pages, and that's one of the things that we do in our group.
Yep, and I think it's called Crafter Challenges, and this is a challenge. So therefore, we should do it.
We should. So, I've just got out a stencil. Imagine that.
And I've got out papers. Imagine that. However, I did notice as I was going through looking for papers, the colors of what we're playing with, which happens to be the Pantone colors of the year, Ultimate Gray and Illuminating, which is a yellow. We're playing with yellow and gray today. Peg already made a beautiful yellow and gray page a few days ago in her daily practice. I really liked it. It was kind of an abstract page.
Yeah. That was, what was that for? That was for something else that I needed to do. I can't remember.
It was just, I think it was just your daily practice.
Yeah.
You've been art journaling every morning, so.
Oh, it was the mood board. That's what it was.
Oh yeah, the mood board is the same colors. You know, we each make one of these challenges, and we don't know what the other one's doing. So Peg made the pick-a-stick, and I made the mood board, and I made the mood board with the colors of the year. And Peg made the pick-a-stick challenge with the colors of the year.
Great
So
minds,
this month
right?
is all about yellow and gray. It's just the way it's going to go. So I got out papers, and I'm going to make a gray patterned background on my page. This is still my Dylusions dialogue journal. It has paper in it that's kind of like a manila tag. It's very similar paper to a manila tag, manila cardstock. And I've got different stacks of papers here. I've got all these smaller ones and bigger ones, and I'm going to make my background with that. And then we'll find out what happens after that, because nobody knows. It's a big secret.
Yeah. That's right, because we just build it as we go. So I'm mixing up a little bit of this black gesso from Deco Art and some white to get a softer gray tone. Because, you know, I'm using this stencil. The stencil is an elephant. Elephants typically are gray. So I thought, well, that would be appropriate for gray, right? So this is a Natalie Callback stencil. If any of you guys are doing, what is that?
Start.
21 Secrets?
No, it's Creative Jumpstart.
Oh, Creative Jumpstart. Yeah, that's on her website.
Yeah.
I think I'm signed up, but I haven't started. Oh dear.
You're not the only one. Someone said on our chat yesterday that they hadn't started either. I think it was Vicky.
So I need to get busy and do that.
Yeah. She also said that when she watches me, she likes my first layer, and then she has to close her eyes as I continue to cover it up. She said she wasn't going to watch today. She was just going to listen because she didn't want to see me cover up pretty papers.
Well, she's in the crowd, so we'll see.
I thought that was really funny, and she's not the first person who said that to me. So
Yeah,
that's probably why it's funny to me, because
well, I think Cindy said the same thing.
like,
Honestly, I do think she said the same thing. So I think I'll make a couple of these, as long as I got stuff out and it's still wet, and I might as well make a couple of these elephants. Just smear this gesso around through my stencil. Get the last little bit of that. I don't even have to use the whole elephant. You know, I could just use a portion of it. Or, you know, this has a nice design in this elephant, so I could just use the design portion of it. But I'm going to set this aside to dry because I don't want to get my heat tool out just yet.
I don't know. It's cold in my studio. I might want my heat tool just to heat me up.
So that's going back here behind me so I don't stick my finger in it.
So just to show you that I really do always keep everything, this piece of paper I just put down right here is actually, I was trying to draw, and it's just text white paper. I was trying to draw for my son what I wanted to build to hold my camera. So it's like this weird, really bad, nobody can understand what it means drawing. You know, now it's just a piece, but it was on my desk and I saved it. I thought, well, those are marks that I made, so, you know, I might as well save them and
Might as well.
use them in some collage or something. So
Yeah. I am going to clean off this stencil, which I just bent. So it was a little bit too rambunctious.
were you getting rambunctious?
I was. So I got to be more careful with something that's got delicate little lines. But the cool thing about this stencil is it comes with the mask. And we were just talking about masks. If you guys saw what Shell and I did for Stencil Girl this month, it was about masks. And this is a mask. This portion of this elephant stencil is a mask that came out of this stencil. So this is the stencil portion, this is the mask portion, and then this is a design that fits over that. So you could really get 3 designs in one with this one. I thought that was pretty cool. She did a good job on that one. Now, next up, let's see who we got joining us now. Oh, Debbie Cork is here. Hi, Debbie. And Franna and Arlene. Good morning, people. See who else. Vicki and Peggy Bradford and Marie and Ma'am Beck. I'm missing people. I got to scroll back and find people as they come in here. I got my hands full of gooey stuff early and didn't see everybody coming in. So hi. So the next thing, good grief. I like what you're doing there, Shell. I try to look up every once in a while and see what you're doing because I miss half of what you're doing when I'm doing my thing. This is the journal that I've been working out of for those daily pages.
Yeah, that's
and
a nice journal.
This is the one she was talking about that had those yellows, and this was the January mood board. And so this was an abstract that I did with those colors for the January mood board.
And I like that. I'm really into abstract myself.
So this is where I am.
Cool.
Right now. And I'm just trying to clip these pages together, keep them out of the way. I have some yellows out here. This is just cardstock. I started early this morning on some tags to use because we didn't know if we were just going to do the journal page or the tag too, because we offer both a tag and a journal. So this is the Altered Tag Challenge
Sometimes.
TASC Pick a Stick Challenge TAG for 0121, and that's erase, curl, octagon, and text. And the wild card is so, and that is also that gray color of the year, the pandemic gray.
She calls it pandemic gray. It's supposed to be ultimate gray.
And
Pandemic does make us all feel very gray. So
this one is the Pick a Stick. So one of the things that I did, we were talking about Unsplash and how you can have reference drawings or photographs on Unsplash if you want to go find something. And I was playing around with it this morning. I printed this elephant out thinking, well, am I going to draw and color using image? And then I thought, well, I ought to alter that. And so I took that elephant picture and I just cropped a piece of it out to get the elephant face because I like all the texture and stuff that's going on there. And then I thought, well, how can I alter that and bring in some of those yellow tones? And so then I went to another application and I altered that and added color to get this. So you can see how you can play with all of these pieces to alter them and make your art different. So I will put that aside. And then I went and pulled a bunch of different papers. I was inspired by some color this morning. As you can see, I have a lot of color out on my desk and a lot of different papers. Just, I mean, look at the color in those mangoes. Is that gorgeous or what?
oh, I want to eat a mango. That sounds delicious, right?
Yeah, and
A mango smoothie sounds delicious.
There's some texture on some fabric. These are just magazine things. Look at those cherries. Yum. Those are cool. This is an old, this is a print out of one of my pieces of art that's just, torn paper now. More of my art that's, just paper. There's some more tissue with color on it. And then this is an altered magazine piece where I did, what's that stuff called? I forget. Where you put it on the magazine and change it. There's a product that we use to do this with.
Citrusol.
Citrusol, yeah.
Yeah.
This was a Citrusol magazine page, but look at the colors, guys. Is that pretty or what? Hi, Barbara Clark. So I think that is, so much fun. And then, I took that picture of the elephant and I started sketching out an elephant face, and I thought, no, that's more than I can do in the amount of time allotted. So I may do this page later in the month. I just have a basic sketch in here. And then I pulled some of those papers and I thought, well, I could do a collage with that yellow and these papers and collage an elephant on here, right?
Yes, I think it's a good idea.
Another thing that I could do. And I'm thinking, well, that's going to take a while. I'm going to need to dry some of that down. And I probably need to cut this down a bit. I kind of sketched out where I was thinking about putting the elephant, but I've changed my mind. So let's erase that. I think erase is one of the words anyway, right?
Yeah, but you're supposed to do them in order, silly.
Oh, well. I'm going to erase it now.
Like, just stop giving me rules, she says.
I'm going to erase it now.
Yeah, so one of the steps is botanicals, I think, or something like that, nature, and that's why I picked this piece, but it's still not technically time for it yet, but that goes on.
Yeah, so the first thing on here was octagon, and you notice I crossed that out and put hexagon on there because I went through everything in my stash and I did not find an octagon.
No, but then we went and figured out how you can make an octagon.
So Shell and I were sitting here this morning trying to figure it out, you know, and I'm going to YouTube and I'm looking at videos, and we did get it figured out. We did, you know.
It's not that hard actually.
That was my first attempt, which is not an octagon because they're not equal sides. This is the origami way, and yes, it does work. It does work. So, you guys want to know how to do that, or are you just going to go to YouTube and look it up yourself? Hey, Laura, hi. Yeah, I am rogue. Just like my elephants, I am rogue. Oh my gosh.
I'll do it the way I want to do it. You can't stop me.
Why not be rogue, right? This is 11 by 8.5. And this is a little over 6.5. So I should probably cut this down to, what size do I have here? I have it only goes to 6.
Papers.
That's not going to help me at all. This one I can open up and get bigger. So swing that out because I want to cut that jagged edge off. And I think I want to cut it off just on the other side of that jagged line.
All right, I'm pretty happy with that. That's a gray background. Yep. I think I am going to just use a little bit of gesso. And I'm going to put some art guard on my hands because I'm going to go a little bit rogue also, just like her. I'm going to paint with my fingers, which are going to get chemicals on them and all that.
Well, I hope you have your art guard on.
Yes, I'm putting it on right now.
Atta girl. Always help your friends. Tell them to wear their art guard.
Laura says, I love your page. Shell. You can stop now.
She says, what?
I love your page, Shell. You can stop now.
Oh, no. You're into that mode already. Oh, boy.
Yeah, they're already like, oh, you should stop. You should just stop. Don't cover it up.
So if I lose, oh, that's the wrong one. If I lose that whole octagon thing, what else do I have? Oh, we have nature. Brush, maple. Yeah, if we just don't use the octagon, you jump right into nature.
Well, I'm going to use an octagon. I am.
Oh, you are? Okay.
I'm going to show them how to make one because.
Well, I mean, I could use the octagon in the background border.
Like, why don't we have any octagons? That seems really weird to me.
I don't know. I think we need to talk to What If NC.
Need some octagons, Carla.
Yeah. Maybe, okay, so if I do, yeah, maybe that's what I'll do is I'll use the octagon for the border.
Oh, that's a good idea.
And let me get something really violet. It's a deep purple.
It's just a soft gray here of some sort. I don't know what you can see. We got some gesso on some of this gray color. And I'm kind of mixing them together with my finger, and I'm just going to go through and just kind of.
Got a distress oxide in a violet. And why am I going with violet?
That's what I was just about to ask. What
Well,
does violet have to do with it?
Because violet and gray and yellow are a nice combo.
That is a nice combo, yes. I would agree. Just want to kind of make sure that there's nothing really crazy. These pieces right here, these two, are when I was doing angry, I shouldn't call it that, but to me it's like angry writing. Is gonna write some stuff and nobody's gonna be able to read it, but I'm gonna write it because I'm just so frustrated with life, and I'm frustrated with the pandemic, and I'm frustrated with the people, and I'm, that kind of writing.
Oh yeah.
I did that every morning in November, and I just saved all the pieces because they make really nice neutral collage pieces. I did it on deli paper or tissue paper so that it would be, I could use it.
Yeah.
But I just wrote, I either wrote in circles or I wrote one on top of another, one row on top of another on top of another.
Cool.
Just so that it could not be read. You can't read it. I don't know what I said at this point. I just know I was like getting out frustration with life and the life that we're living right now, which I'm still frustrated with, and I'm still angry, and I guess it didn't work because I'm
well, I think it helps just, so that you can cope with the day.
Yeah.
It's not, it's not an everlasting feeling, but it certainly helps with, just moving on for the day.
Yeah. It's one of those daily practices that some people recommend, and I figured I would try it because I was just so frustrated.
Yeah. Well, I mean, a lot of people, they start their art with a whole bunch of Zen stuff. They'll do their stretches, and they'll light a candle, and they'll read a passage, and
Yeah, there are people who do that stuff every time. Yeah. Whoops, that came up.
So it's whatever floats your boat, right?
Yep. I made some nice collage paper. Not sure it solved my problems, but I made some nice collage paper, so that's good. So that's pretty good for a background. Can you clean my hand off?
I'm kind of liking these little, now that I've used the octagon to do my edging, I kind of like what happened with this piece. Turned out pretty cool.
Yes, Peggy, I could have done a lot of angry writing this morning because of yesterday, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Yesterday was just a cluster. Okay, I think I'm going to set this aside to let it dry, and we'll talk about octagons because I want to use an octagon, and I want to show you guys how to do it. Where is my, oh dear, my mom took my cutter. I'm going to stand up for a second and cut on the big one because my mom has mine slicey dicey one downstairs.
So I think I want to add something else to that border. And I think because this has the silver in here, I should think about that. Let me get some silver embossing powder. You guys have noticed I'm dragging out stuff that I haven't had out in a while. Embossing powder being one of them.
Okay, so you start out with a square. And then you fold it in half, hot dog style. Trying to keep it really tight. I like to use a bone folder. And then you fold it the other way, hot dog style again, like long and skinny instead of short and fat. So you've got crisscross like that. Then you turn it over, fold it on the other side from diagonal to make a taco. As long as we're talking about food, I haven't had breakfast. So you've made 2 tacos going diagonal. Or maybe a wonton. It could be a wonton.
Cindy is suggesting a tiny stamp in silver ink, and that would be cool too. I'm going to dry this ink.
You guys see these things? It's funny to kind of look like one of those things where you go, you know, when I'm talking about you go like this, and you go like this, and you go like this. But what you need to do is just let all these little tacos fold into the hot dogs. So they're all folding into one thing that looks like a triangle to make sure that everything is really laying down nice. And then, oh, I forgot my last step.
You know, I don't think I'm going to emboss because that'll make it too bumpy.
Then you just fold in. I should have made a bigger one, but I wanted something that would fit my page. If you just fold in that last little fold so that it's like that, and you can do that on all of them. So now it's starting to kind of look like a kite, which is not edible.
Now I need a tool.
When it's a kite, because you folded in those other little bits, then you can just take your scissors and just cut right across there to cut those tops off. And when you unfold it, it should be, yep, an octagon. And then you can try to smooth it back out with your bone folder. So that's an octagon, right? Do you guys want to see it again? Wait, Shell, we can't hear you. That dryer drowns out what Shell is saying. I can do it again. Here's a bigger square. Okay. Fold the hot dogs. So that's a hot dog, right? You could just put your little hot dog in there. And do that both directions. And so you have that crisscross. Then turn it over. Fold your wontons or tacos, depending on what kind of food you're feeling like eating. Could be a wonton, could be a crab rangoon. Yum, that sounds really good.
That does sound good.
So you've got these things, the hot dogs are going in and the wontons or tacos are going out. So now you've got this thing that will fold in and out, right? See, it will fold in and out. So you just get that all folded down any which way you can until it becomes a small wonton. Then all you have to do is you take each one and you fold it into a kite, which is by taking the little flappy and folding it up like that. So if you do that with each one, then it becomes something that looks like a kite. All right. Just folding it to the center, and it's turning into a kite. It doesn't really matter which way you go. It's just making it into the kite shape. So now it's a kite. And then all you have to do is just take your scissors, and you see where this line is right here? You just cut it off. And then, ta-da, you have an octagon. So when you guys do the challenge, that's how you can make an octagon if you don't have one anywhere in your house, which Peg and I do not. And we have 1,000
We do not.
hexagons. We have hexagons coming out our ears and no octagons.
But we did figure out how to make one. So
Yes, yes. There you go. Ta-da, octagon. And then if you measure each one of these, it's all equal. And you have octagons. Yep. Yes, Barbara, you can do that. And actually, this first one I made, I didn't do that all that folding. You can see there's just a cross folding in the hot dog folding and the wonton folding. And then I measured from here to here and then marked and cut that way. But that was a little bit more complex than actually the folding. Surprisingly, it was more complex. Okay, so I have this, which I could put anywhere that I want to, and it's kind of yellow. Kind of. Things are curling themselves up.
let's see.
I wish it was even a little bit smaller. Once you have one cut, you could just use it as a template too. You don't have to cut each one. You can just use the one that you cut as a template.
So true.
Oh, my scratch paper again. I'm gonna glue this little sucker down.
So this started out as like a 9x12 stencil, but you can see I butchered it. I had to hack it into pieces because I wanted to use these borders. So you can do that. It's okay.
Yep, you can cut up your stencils.
Totally.
There are no stencil, please.
Let's see. I think I had some other.
This is a piece of, you can read it says Neenah paper. It's a piece of paper torn off the packaging from the black text weight paper that I have, that I use for gel printing. Has a nice, pretty yellow pattern on it, and I thought, well, I could use that, so I tore a piece of it off.
Not a fan of that one. Let me see what else I've got. Yep.
This one kind of had a problem.
Now that I have ink everywhere.
Ink everywhere.
Yeah,
It's very
that's
interesting.
I like that. Let's try that, shall we?
I think you should, yes. Yes. This gel print was made using lemon. or an orange cut in half. And then just pressed into paint and put there on the gel plate as a mark. I think I had grapefruits, oranges, and lemons, and I was making them. There's a video.
Ooh, fruit salad.
Yeah, fruit salad printing. And this one was playing with all the 2 sizes of circle gel plates all over this.
Barb says she uses Adobe Illustrator and traces them. That's a good idea too.
Yep. I'll bet you even if you just went and if you just Googled hexagon, you know, you could just print out a sheet of hexagons.
We just, you know, did the last minute thing this morning, and
well, that's how it's been going lately.
I looked at Shell looked at me, and I said, sounds like a problem for YouTube.
If there's anything you want to know, it's on YouTube.
Yeah.
You want to know how to fix your sink? You want to know how to fix your car? You want to know what the last 5 archaeological finds were? You want to know? I've been going down the archaeology.
The archaeology rabbit hole, have you?
Rabbit hole, yep, I've been in the rabbit hole. I find that stuff fascinating, so. I need one more over here. But which kind shall it be?
Oh, they're talking about snow. Snow.
This has got an interesting mark on it right here from a stencil. So that might be a good possibility.
So this is a pigment ink, which means it's going to take a while to dry. You can just put like a clear embossing powder over it too, but I'm going to dry it down a little bit.
You're just trying to heat your studio with your heat tool.
Yeah.
It's cold in here.
It is cold in here.
Well, I went to turn the heat on our furnace because it's just been really cold upstairs. And just to tell you how we never turn on our furnace, right? Hardly ever. It's apparently been broken for 5 years.
Oh.
And I forgot.
Wow.
Because we never got it fixed. And I forgot that it was broken. So it didn't come on, and then Pat's like, remember I bought you that little space heater for your studio? Like, oh, that's right. It's the ghetto way of fixing it.
Well, I have my ghetto heater back here behind me because I you know, the thing about working in the basement is all of the heat, the registers are in the ceiling. Well, I'm not in the ceiling, I'm down here.
I don't like having hot air blowing on me either from the ceiling or really anywhere. I don't, it dries out my mouth and my skin, and I don't enjoy it. So
Okay, I like that. Now that I'm doing that, I don't know that I'm a fan of this. It's just way too much. I'm liking what's going on here. Let me see how my elephant's coming. It's almost dry.
What do I do with all the?
Okay, so time to look at the prompts. So I use the octagon. My nature is my elephant because, you know, it's in the wild. It's a natural animal. So the next thing will be brush.
I'm
And I
still
kind of
working on
already
these.
have used it because I used those makeup brushes.
Oops.
I don't know if I want to take. Let me look at that
Get on there.
elephant.
Octagon, nature. I'm making flowers. That's my nature. Plus, I've got some of this botanical stuff in the background. But I want flowers, people. It's time for flowers.
I'm thinking I should put a few more elephants into the background.
Look at
I
that.
think that would be kind of cool. I need to cut that one out. Is it dry? Is it dry?
I'll use this again. Make rewriting.
See if I can get his trunk without whacking it off.
Okay. So that's going to be nature. Is going to be. How do we get stable again? I wish we'd stop getting that dumb prompt. I think we have to use it as a staple for something that we use all the time or something, because I don't want to staple anything in my art journal.
Hi, Kimberly. How are you today?
All right. Use octagon, use nature. I've got yellow, got gray. The next one is brush. How do I want to go with that?
We could have a brush with danger.
I could. But to do that, all I'd have to do is go outside my house. I would be brushing with nature if I just went outside my house.
Yeah.
Brushing with danger, I mean. I think I'm going to do something here, which is to make a line, make a horizon line, like right here. I guess I'm right about here is going to be my horizon line. And let's actually in about the same spot there. And then I'm going to use a brush. I'm just going to go with the standard old brush, you know, like brushes in a paintbrush, I think. That's boring. Brushing with with danger is probably better, but it is boring, but it is life. I am going to use black. I think black paint. And I'm going to make these be flowers in the dark. What does your garden look like when it's nighttime?
Sorry, guys, I'm not following the chat right now because I'm fussy cutting. I have to hold my tongue just right when I do this.
Oh, that's true. You do have to hold your tongue just right. Look, guys, I'm covering up layers.
Uh-oh. Ruh-roh.
Ruh-roh. They hate it when I do that.
I know. But I liked it the way it was.
Oh, well. You can trust me. I'm a professional.
Oh, he's a cute elephant.
Is there really an elephant that's not cute?
Not really.
No.
I don't think so. I think I do need a few more in the herd, though. And I think I'm just going to use some. What do I want? Do I want the
elephant stamps? I was thinking you did, but maybe not.
That's iridescent. I wanted the other yellow. Where is it? Where is it? It's gone. It's gone. I bet I put it back in the paint bin instead of hanging it up.
Nell says she trusts me. Yeah, I kind of screwed that up right there. I'm gonna have to get some yellow out. Fix it. It's gotten very quiet because I'm trying to concentrate on not messing up.
Well, this is sad when I can't find the one I'm looking for. Let's see what this looks like. That's not what I'm looking for. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. I got out way too much paint. Like you do.
I may have to resort to something else here. Oh. It's only paint that I can't get the lid off of. There we are.
Let's use a black ink pad. ink around the rest of my page. I just like the way it looks.
Maybe if I add a little bit.
So very stark. Let me get centered. Okay. Now, that was brush. So I think Peg froze. So the next one is staple. Now, a staple of something that I use, like, you know, a staple can be like flour and eggs and milk and butter. Those are staples. Well,
Yep.
in my art studio, a staple of something that I frequently use is my Pentel Pocket Brush Pen.
Oh, yeah.
If you guys have been watching recently, I've been using that on almost everything. So I think for staple, I'm going to use this. And I'm going to make stems. I'm going to highlight this one to start out with because it's already there in the collage. I think I want to do some blending too while I'm at it. So see if I can grab a pen real quick. No, I don't want a fat one. I want a skinny one. Where's the skinny one? Oh, it's out here. That's why. Just going to blend that a little bit. Just a little bit.
So I'm still back on this whole brush thing.
I need to use a brush thing.
So I'm going to get this paint, which is a staple, into my brush.
How did you get that?
Get it blended out a little bit. Because what I want is a shadow of my elephant, my snuffleupagus, my...
Ugh, come apart. Ugh, it doesn't want to come apart.
nature elephant here. Just want kind of the suggestion in the background here. Let me see how we're doing. Oh yeah, see? Now we've got the suggestion of another creature. We'll move this down. Add another, I think I'll add just a touch more black to that. So it looks just a little bit different when I go to the next one. Another staple is a palette knife. Mix that up. With my palette knife. Hi, Terry Marshall.
Welcome, welcome.
Hi, Nell. Get his trunk. A suggestion of another in the herd here.
Uh-oh.
Somebody's talking to you.
It's Ranger from next door.
I love that name. I always think of that book from Janet Ivanovich. Ranger.
And Mika, my dog. My husband's out there, and Mika's a little dog for you guys who don't know, and she likes to bark at Ranger. The Ranger is big enough that he can stand up and look over the fence, so he's not a small dog. And she likes to bark at him, but while she's barking, she's also wagging her tail as fast as it possibly can go.
What else do we have here? Erase. Oh.
Oh yeah.
I need to.
Not sure what I'm gonna
Okay.
do.
I need to take my elephant. Put him down here. And then I'm going to take a stencil. I'm going to find what I like here without tearing up everything else in the place. And just grab one here. Let's do this. And take a baby wipe. See if this is still wet enough that I can move some of that paint. And erase it.
That's a good choice. That's a fun technique.
Yep. See, it pulls it right out of there. Now, I don't know that this is probably still, this is dried out. But I could put another layer of paint on top where the elephant is. Just moisten that back up again. Throw my other stencil down over the top. Get my wipe. I think I want the smaller section here. And remove some of that layer of paint through both stencils. And he's a spotted elephant. It's kind of fun. One more time. Put that over. Add a layer of paint. Just like that. And then I will get the other stencil. And lay it down and remove. I think I want something smaller. Yeah, okay. Good enough. So can you guys see what happened there? And now we have this little guy. And I need my glue. What else do we have? Curl, sew, and text. So I can take my pick of those because I'm down to the last prompt. So I'm just using my Yoo-Hoo glue stick. And then I'm going to grab some wet glue. So I want this to really bond with my page.
Okay, there's my stems. And that's using my staple pen that I like to use. Erase. What if I take some graphite? And then, where's my tiny eraser? Okay, I saw it yesterday. Where did it go? There it is. And I can just erase and make marks with my eraser in the graphite. I could even blend the graphite if I want to, but I kind of like it that way.
Thanks, Peggy.
See how that makes little marks?
They're forgiving you for painting over your background. Too funny.
Oh, good. I'm glad. I wouldn't want to be cursed forever.
No. No voodoo pins.
Oh, that's fun. This is fun.
So I think I need to get a text stamp maybe.
I am Candy Text is one of the wild cards.
Since I'm not going to do curl, we did erase. We used a staple, we used a brush, nature, and our octagon. And then I'm going to use text. We use the color in this. So get a text stamp here. And I'm going to use I think I'll use the watering can because it's kind of a gray. And yeah, good enough. So there's my text. Now, what else do I have to do? I've got illuminate. I should do some kind of quote. I also need to finish this out a little bit. How are we doing for time? Doing good. Okay.
Yeah, we still got time. I need to kind of fix this spot here that's bothering me. It is bothering me. It's not straight right there.
And a water brush. Another type of brush.
I mean, we all use so many brushes. I don't think that there's any shortage.
No,
I mean, we could try to use some other kind of brush, I guess. But could use a hairbrush to make marks.
I could use a vegetable brush. I could use
Yep.
yeah.
We didn't really go outside of the box on that one.
No, we're still in the studio. We're using what we've got, right?
Yeah. Using a little bit of Posca pen. I don't know really what I'm on at this point. Oh, erase. I just thought I'd got out the Posca pen and then I got carried away. That was really fun. Going over this crazy angry writing with a little bit of yellow. I hope you guys can't hear. Peg, can you hear?
Just a little bit.
I need to shut my door, I think. He's on a meeting and
Yeah.
trying to explain some procedure, some blah, blah, blah crap.
He does have to still make a living, so I get it.
Unfortunately, yes. All right, what am I on? I did erase with my little tiny eraser. And then curl. Curl. I like to make curly marks, but I'm not sure that there's necessarily an application. Well, there might be actually. Up here at the top. Make sure that this thing is really shook up. Look at all that paint I'm wasting. Oh, terrible. Come on. There we go. My white pen's been being a jerk lately. So there could be some little curly things coming out of the top here. It would be part of my flowers.
Oh, let's see. Can I get this up just a little bit? Maybe you can get the whole page there. I don't know. I need something here.
Can't really see my little stems up here as much. I guess I'll fill them in a little bit. Just so you can see them a little. I think I need some splatters up here. As if there was stars.
So maybe it's time for me to break out my pen too.
marky pins.
Yeah, I got this. This was a Christmas thing. Everybody knows that we like those Pentel.
Mm-hmm.
So they sent me one in a wood green,
Oh, that's cool.
but it's the same Pentel brush.
I
Isn't
didn't
it
know
pretty?
they were wood grain. That's pretty fancy.
Pretty. So I need to do.
I think my Posca pen just has gunk on it, and I just have to scratch it off. That's gunky. Because I'm so impatient that sometimes I don't wait long enough until things are dry to use my pens. You see, it's like black. It's got gunk on it. Anyways, this is pretty fun. I like it. So I think I've made some curly marks, so that's good. I think I'll put some text on. Maybe just a sticker. We've still got 15 minutes, so I don't know what I'm going to do in 15 minutes.
No, I think I'm going to start a tag. I don't know if I'll get it done, but I'll start. Right?
Why not? How about something out of this snarky quote? It doesn't look like a very snarky page, but these are so funny though.
That
And
black,
what I saw,
so black on there now. I think I need to do, this is going to call for some pen work because that black just really is too black now. So I need to take and do some pen work like on these
this might just be too big.
borders maybe. That is too wet. Not going to work with that. What can I use? What can I use?
This is so true right here. Sometimes my greatest accomplishment is just keeping my mouth shut.
Yep. I so get it. I put that one back.
That is going to stay very nicely. Okay. Hopefully that'll stay and you can read it. I bet it's not going to stay. I should have cut that up. Oh well. So there's my Pixie Challenge page.
Don't know what I did with that border.
Ew. How did that get there? I apparently got gray paint all over the back of my book. And then got it all over my mat too. Neat. But this mat that Peg got me not only takes away all the glare of my lights, but also is so freaking easy to clean.
Yay!
Look at this. It just wipes off. I mean, geez.
Yay!
What could be better than that? You guys should all get one of these. It's a Ranger silicone mat. It's
Very
just
nice.
like stretchy silicone. The only complaint I have is I wish it was bigger. But other than that, it's the bomb, man.
Yeah, well, maybe if they hear from enough of us, they'll make a bigger one.
Yeah, I'd like it to be at least as big as my glass mat, if not larger. Would be nice. Okay, what do we have on the tag?
Oh, I should be paying attention to what I'm doing. Ha, ha. Imagine that. Paying attention to what I'm doing.
That would just be crazy.
I know, right?
So the color is Pandemic Gray. That's funny. I have this tag that's got black paint on one side and just like some random stuff on the other. I don't know. We probably have another one here somewhere. This is one that's not finished. It has gray on it, but it's also purple. This one's got red, so that's not good. Here's some blank ones. Might as well use up the rest of this gray paint. Get a start. What is... Oh, I could do that technique that you were just doing with the erase. Because that's an awesome technique. If I could just find something.
A lot of fun.
Erase, curl, octagon. Oh, that, I know what stencil I want. If I could just find it in this humongous pile. That stencil would be perfect. But these are all in a big pile. And I don't know if it's even in this pile. It probably is. Yes, it is. This is perfect. Perfect, perfect. Because it's got curls on it.
All right.
This one, remember this one from the club?
Early bits. Yeah, I got that one out this morning thinking I was going to use it.
Yeah.
And it's still sitting in my pile.
Well, I'll take some of this gray paint and a baby wipe, and I'll just put it on here somewhere. Huh. This is not covered with gesso. I can see already there's going to be a problem. Just get some paint on this tag. Gray and black and dark gray and whatever.
Whatever.
And then I'll take the curly part of this thing that has lots of curls on it. I'll get a new baby wipe. It's nice and juicy. Let's see if I can't erase. Yep, I can. Super awesome. Try not to get too rambunctious with it like Peg.
Yeah, I get crazy. I get crazy. Cray, cray. Nope, now my pen doesn't want to write again. Ran into something. Doggone it.
Well, that's a fun start, just right there. That's super fun. That's a good start for erase. And curl, these curls. You know what's fun to do with this is to take, here you go. Let's see if I can get some of this out. I was doing this yesterday with something else that I had. Just going and outlining
Yeah, some of this stuff is still too wet to be drawing on top of. But we'll give it our best shot. Yeah, that's not going to work there at all. Let's see if I can use a... Yeah, that pen doesn't even want to work. Oh, boy. About the only thing you can use when you get into that situation is the acrylic. Even that's giving me fits.
Isn't that fun? I don't know if you guys can see. Sometimes I just want to play with glitter glue.
Well, that helped a little bit. It was just the black of that was just too black. So I had to do something.
Something.
Yep. So where's my... Still got all this paint I need to do something with. And I had those tags I had started up here. It's my elephant. There's that stencil. Stuff just hiding from me. There's those tags. So I was thinking, I don't know if I have time to do that now.
We're running out of time now. But I got started on the tag.
I was thinking about using some of this paint up though. Let me grab a brush.
There's lots of curls.
Because I was thinking about kind of doing a elephant face on here.
More octagons. Carla, we need an octagon stencil. I think she's still here. I mean, seriously, I don't know. This isn't going to dry in time for me to work on it anymore before the last few minutes, so. I guess I'll just try to blow dry it.
Yeah, what I was thinking about was...
Thanks for coming, Debbie. Glad to see you.
Making a... Making some kind of trunk coming down this way. That's going to take a lot more work. To get anything done with that.
Yeah. That's pretty though. Shane.
Your eyes are kind of sunken. I just want to blend that out where his eye would be. You guys get the drift anyway. This would be a close-up of that elephant. And I would probably put something in that socket for the eye. But this, I will have to work on another day. I think the color's pretty good. But we did get through the pick a stick.
We did. I was actually going to try Barbara's idea. She said that she starts her mandalas by making a circle. So I'm just using a die cut to a die, not a cut. I can't get it back in there right now. And she said she intersects them so you could, well, first of all, you'd have to figure out how wide it is. So that would be like, so you would be right there. And then she just draws intersecting. Ah, my pencil. Maybe you just drew lines like this and then cut off the points. It would be in it. Well, that wasn't very good, was it? And just kept drawing intersecting lines until you had the 8 sides. And you could just cut off the points and it would become, oh, I think this is going to end up being a hex though. But you get the idea. Oh, maybe not. Maybe this is not. You just cut from point to point after you drew the lines. And you did a better job than me because I just did a really bad job. But you would end up with an octagon, right? So that was Barb's way of doing it, which made sense. You would need to be more precise than me because I just was trying to do it quickly, but you could get an octagon that way by just making 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, just by making 4 lines in a circle and cutting off the points. Yeah. So I'm just going to stick with the yellow and probably put some octagons up the side of this. Bang, 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 and graduating sizes. Yes, you're right, Beck. Octagon-ish. But you get the idea. So I could do that and then put some text, maybe even sew through it to keep them down, and I would be done with my tag. So yes, we're done. Donezo. Are we donezo? Hopefully. Yeah, that's very octagon-ish. But that will be my tag when I get done.
So I just added a little more text. Wild and free, as it was meant to be. Who knows where the road will lead? So, yeah.
Awesome.
And did a little bit more with the border. And that's it. So thanks for being here, guys. We made it through another one. And we'll be back on Monday with APG Jamie doing another interview. And we hope to see you there.
Yes.
Lovely show. It was great. Great being here today.